Okay, we are live, and we just take a few minutes to wait some friends and to share.
Yeah, cool.
I'm sharing.
Me too. Eccola qua trovata. And now I'm sharing. I don't like the new Facebook version.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
Really?
I try to do it with my phone. Desktop version doesn't work. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
Davide, se non funziona condividi dalla pagina mia, tanto l'ho condiviso adesso.
No, tranquillo. Aspetta. Proviamo. Let's try.
Ah, we have just 7 people connected, so...
No, let's
Hi
jump in.
everybody, ciao a tutti ragazzi, noi intanto stiamo condividendo, siamo qui in diretta con il nostro amico brasiliano Demetrius Locks. Hi Demetrius, welcome on board.
Hey guys, it's a huge pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot for having me here. I'm really glad to be here. Dave, Emiliano, and well, let's get into a Brazilian rhythmic journey, as I said.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Cool.
Ragazzi,
It's a pleasure for us to be with you today. Very good.
Per tutti gli amici italiani connessi, allora questa è la prima diretta dopo la pausa estiva, quindi io e David torniamo alla carica e questa volta lo facciamo con un batterista veramente bravo, ragazzi. Forse Demetrius non molti di voi lo conoscono, è un batterista brasiliano, è estremamente preparato tecnicamente. Oggi gli faremo alcune domande e forse avremo anche modo di avere qualche spiegazione al volo sulla batteria. Allora, parto io con la prima domanda e poi lascerò la parola a David. So, Demetrius, my first question is about this.
Yeah, the DVD, a set of Maracatu.
DVD.
Yeah.
I watched this DVD like 10 times. It's really interesting. I really love it because it's an incredible journey through the Brazilian rhythmic, especially the maracatu. So, my first question is, how did you start to work on this?
Perfect. Yeah, I remember when Virgil all started with Virgil Donati, because I remember when I was invited by a brand called Urban Boards that makes shoes for drummers.
Yeah,
it's a Brazilian brand. Yeah, Urban Boards, yeah. I was invited by the owner called Rodrigo de Castilhos to open Virgil Donati workshops here in south of Brazil in 2011, in June, I remember. And in my birthday. And well, I remember that when I opened it, Virgil's workshop, he liked so much of what he watched. And he said, Demetrius, man, keep it up. Nice stuff, beautiful playing. And well, we started a relationship, a friendship. And I remember in 2012, Virgil sent me a message. Man, because I don't want to bother the artists sending videos and something like this, you know. And I remember that Virgil sent me a message saying, man, asking me, man, I'd like to watch you more and send me videos, clips. Then, well, I started to think, man, now I'm going to send videos. And well, we started to share videos, you know, and when in 2013, Virgil came to Brazil and to record the Kiko Loureiro's DVD. Kiko Loureiro is a Brazilian guitar player that is playing on Megadeth. And 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 also he came to visit me here in my studio. And here in my studio, he said, "Man, you need to record a DVD. And with your ideas, it's very cool, and I think it will be very important for your career." So here we are. The DVD is here and is around the world, And I remember that I released the DVD in 2016, and it's about maracatu. And I started to develop the idea of this kind of blending, because the main issue in this DVD is the word is blending. I used to blend metal stuffs with Brazilian stuff, particularly from maracatu, that is a Brazilian rhythm. And I started to develop these ideas. I don't know exactly the date, guys, but I think
maracatu,
it. I think it was in 2009, I guess, 2008, I guess. I started to think about this, in blend double bass and Brazilian rhythms, particularly because when I was a child, I started playing on cans, in my backyard. And my mother used it to put me on the floor in front of a huge and giant record player of vinyls, And on the side of that record player was a box full of vinyls, Michael Jackson, Dire Straits, Led Zeppelin, And here I am, an eclectic musician, I guess, I'm eclectic. I can play metal, death metal. I used to record albums here for metal guitar players and doing blast beats and this kind of stuff. But also, I really love Afro-Cuban rhythms, Brazilian rhythms. Of course, I'm not a jazz drummer. I don't play all kind of styles, but I can play metal. I can play pop, funk, and Brazilian rhythms and this kind of thing. Progressive rock. I work a lot with recording sessions, online recording sessions. Now I'm finishing 2 albums for 2 different Brazilian guitar players, and so I started to develop this kind of idea. I think it was in 2008, as I said, and the DVD is about maracatu and double bass, but of course there's a lot of different exercises related to the clave, the maracatu clave, and there's a lot of solos where I mix metal stuff with Brazilian stuff too, quoting other Brazilian rhythms. For example, baião, that is another great Brazilian rhythm. Maracatu, of course, that is the main rhythm of the DVD. And I think when we talk about double bass blended with maracatu, I think I'm a pioneer when we are talking about this kind of situation, the blending between the maracatu and double bass. I think I'm a pioneer. I don't know, but I think yes. Of course, I'm not the pioneer. For example, so many drummers are playing maracatu on a drum set, of course, before me, and but the blend, when I blend the double bass with maracatu, I think I'm a pioneer with this DVD. I think, but despite of it, the most important thing is the music, of course, and the rhythm. And for who doesn't know what it is, maracatu is a Brazilian rhythm that takes place in northeast region of Brazil, in a main city, which the main city is called Pernambuco. And it's a wonderful city where all rhythms started here in Brazil. And maracatu is directly related to the slavery abolition. It's about freedom. The rhythm of maracatu is about freedom. It's a good way to relieve the African influences, because this rhythm, as the most part of the Brazilian rhythms, has a strong African influence, particularly due to the sound that comes from the low drums that we called here in Brazil alfaias. I'm gonna show you an alfaia, okay? I'm gonna get here. Just one moment.
Wow. Ragazzi, segnatevi tutto che oggi si studia parecchio, ma soprattutto si impara parecchio.
Here we are, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Alfaya and Alfaya, you know. Oh, heavy sound. And particularly due to the heavy sound that comes from the slow drum, original low drum played on percussion that we used to play on percussion by the percussionists, because the rhythm of maracatu was not created on a drum set, of course. It's played on percussion, on a tambour like this, you know, called alfaya. It's made by ropes, made by wood, you know, totally root, and it has a heavy sound. And there's a lot of, it's made of wood, as I said, and in different sizes, of course. And there's a lot of rhythmic voices. The low drums, of course, the claves, you know, there is the shikiri part, you know, and of course, as a drummer, we have to play all these rhythmic voices together, you know, and that's the tough part, you know, because of the independence, you know. And well, particularly due to the heavy sound that comes from the tambores, the low drums, I started to think, man, I love metal. And for me, this is the real Brazilian metal, you know, because maracatu is too heavy. It's heavy, you know, the sound is really, really strong,
Powerful.
you know, and yeah, powerful, yeah, and exactly. And then I started to think, man, I have to mix it, the double bass that comes from metal, that kind of stuff, with maracatu. I think it will be very cool. And I started to play because I love the Brazilian rhythms and I love play metal. You know, it's a very good idea. You know, and well, here I am with the DVD, and Virgil recommended my name to lead a drum camp in France in 2017, and I went there. It was pretty cool, and I met for the first time Don Formularo, and Don recommended my work to Hudson Music. I talked to Hudson guys already, and perhaps, of course, after the pandemic, I don't know what will happen, but after the pandemic, I think I will record another DVD, but totally different about maracatu. But now I will, how can I say, I will play and teach, you know, every single note, you know, it will be very cool, I guess. Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of exercises in this DVD. There's exercises related to the maracatu clave, you know, and it's not just to play maracatu, but to develop the independence through this rhythm. I think it's very interesting. Yeah, for all kind of drummers, you know, if you play jazz, if you play metal, man, it's independence, you know. And of course, in the same time, you are learning how to play maracatu. Of course, very cool. And the history of Brazil, the history of this rhythm is an important issue of this DVD. Yeah, very cool.
Very useful. Very useful.
Yeah.
So you told you opened for the Virgil Donati Clinic, and it was your birthday. Really? It was your birthday.
Yeah.
I think it was the greatest present that you could have.
Yeah, man. Perfect. Yeah, it was a huge gift. Yeah, because I'm a huge fan. And well, when I was a teenager, I used it to watch Virgil in a VHS from 1997. I think you know, guys, a VHS from 1997 that was a modern drummer festival. Yeah, with a green premiere, you know. Yeah, man. powerful. That VHS is powerful. I have this VHS till now, and incredible, incredible.
Long hair.
The long hair, here, Virgil. And amazing, really amazing, and to have a friendship with him for me is a huge honor. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, Mike Terrana. Well, since I released the DVD, Mike Terrana started to follow me here, and I think we will play together next year. I don't know. Let's see because of the pandemic. But Eloy Casagrande here in Brazil, the drummer for Sepultura. That is a genius in my opinion. And all guys started to follow me here, and step by step, trying to develop my ideas, and I think cool things started to happen, and well, I think that's the beginning. I'm 39 yet, and well, let's see what happens. Yeah, ahead. Let's go ahead. Always onward and upward.
Very, very good. I wanted to ask you something about your foot technique. So
perfect.
We cannot define as a typical metal double bass, okay? But it's very useful. So if you want to show us something and talk about your movement, you hit like a butterfly, but you have a lot of stamina. Yeah, we can define it, the butterfly movement. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I saw a lot of your videos, and I find this technique very good. You have a lot of stamina, a good sound, a lot of resistance. So how did you develop it?
Perfect. Yeah. Well, I think it's about, as you said, it's about repetition, only repetition, and for all guys that are watching us now, guys, it's repetition. When you talk about, for example, speed using double bass or using finger control to do blast beats or wrist control, it's about repetition. There's no independence. There's no improvisation. It's an exercise about muscles, related to the muscles. But, well, about my technique, I think it's a kind of ankle motion because I don't use swivel technique and or heel toe, because heel toe is to play how can I say double strokes, I guess, heel toe, double strokes. But nowadays I'm using only single strokes and single stroke variation. And to play single stroke, I use only ankle motion. And well, I used to practice like this. I used to put, for example, in 180, and I try to, 5 days per week, I used to put my left foot on the board, and using the BPM 180, I try to repeat for 10 minutes. After I put on 200, 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, left foot and the right foot to gain stamina, But of course, when I play in 220, 230, 240, I use ankle motion too. I don't use swivel, but sometimes my feet used to do like this, but it's not swivel. I'm searching for the balance, only this, and I think it's basically poor muscles, ankle motion, And when I play in 240, 250, I'm using ankle motion, but of course I don't play in 240 for 10 minutes. Of course not, And I like so much a drummer called Kevin Paradis. Do you know Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Incredible.
Kevin
incredible, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we shared the
yeah.
stage in Slovakia last year, and I
Really?
was so impressed. It's impossible, man. It's impossible.
Impossible, yeah, impossible,
260,
yeah.
260, 270 for 10 days.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
same
yeah.
with,
I
with his
saw,
hands. It's a monster, man. He's a monster.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's a very, very special inspiration for me when we talk about double bass, and I'd like to buy, and I'm asking nowadays, I'm asking to Mike Terrana about the V-Trick Pro because I'd like to try it.
Hmm.
And I know that Kevin is using a V-Trick, and I'd like to taste
Yeah.
because, man, I'd like to try it because I'm using a DW3000, and it's an old pedal, it's an old series, and it's too heavy, man. Of course, it's light for drummers that are playing light. But for us that
Hmm.
use double bass, for example, when you are playing in 240, man, it's too heavy. And
Hmm.
now I'm thinking in try another pedal. Let's see what happens. Yeah, but I love Kevin,
Yeah.
man. Incredible monster.
No.
Yeah,
Kevin,
yeah,
Kevin is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
insane. He's
Yeah,
one of
insane,
the
insane.
best. One
And
of the best
I,
drummer actually in
yeah,
the extreme metal. He
yeah,
did.
yeah, in extreme metal. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, of course. And also a Brazilian drummer called Max Kolesny from Crisium, the extreme metal band.
Yeah, yeah, he's a beast,
Man,
and he's a very cool guy.
very cool guy, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I met
yeah,
him last
yeah.
year in the 70,000 tons of metal, the cruise.
Really, man.
He played with Crisium.
Man,
Very,
and
very
how
good
about the show?
drummer. Yeah, yeah. The show was great, and he's a very, very cool guy.
Cool, yeah,
He's one of
old
us.
school guy.
Yeah, old school.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, I
uh-huh,
like the
uh-huh.
old school drumming.
Cool, nice, yeah, yeah. And well, I used to play using ankle motion, yeah, and practice it. The more you practice, the better it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Insomma,
Hmm.
prendo un attimo la parola in italiano, ragazzi, ma penso che abbiate capito. Non ci sono segreti, c'è solamente pratica. L'unico segreto è ripetere, ripetere e ripetere. Quindi, insomma,
Yeah.
questo è il messaggio. Ecco qua.
Come dice il
Perfect.
detto, no? Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I started to play double bass because of Virgil. Yeah, because of that VHS. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I started studying doubles because of Virgil. And after I changed to singles, to study singles, because I started to listen to Crisium, to Kevin, and man, I'm going to face it. And well, here I am. Yeah, and I started to
Yeah.
blend it. I started to blend it with Brazilian rhythms too, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which one you prefer for the double bass? Double strokes or single strokes?
I think nowadays single strokes. Yeah, yeah. I think nowadays single strokes. Yeah, yeah. I think for me it sounds more clean. But and I think it's easier to play too. It's easier. Single, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, because there are many, for example, extreme drummers who use double strokes. But if you don't use triggers, they are useless,
Yeah.
in my opinion. In my opinion. So if you prefer to be acoustic, you cannot use them.
No way.
Only
Yeah,
if you
man.
use triggers. If you use
That's
triggers,
the
okay,
truth.
they're very useful, but without,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
what do we do?
For example, yeah, yeah. For example, in my DVD, there's no triggers, there's no samples. And but of course, the engineer was great, and his name is Roger Single, and he's a nice guy and a genius for me. Because he came here in my studio and put the mics and man, play and you will see the sound. And man, incredible. Without samples, without this kind of thing. Of course, when I record videos for Instagram, I put a sample only on my bass drum because I don't know how to mix it. you know, and yeah, then I use a sample, a trigger, yeah, on my bass drum to get the kick, only this, yeah, only when I record for Instagram, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's just to have the good punch for the phones.
Yeah.
If people hear from the phones.
Perfect.
So now I have.
I think it's interesting. I'm gonna show you guys my first pedal, the pedal that I started to play. It's here.
Yeah, we want to go out.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. Just a moment.
Ragazzi, come sempre ci capiamo degli ospiti che hanno una disponibilità e un entusiasmo pazzesco. E ripeto che chi sta guardando, cercatevelo su YouTube perché Demetrius è veramente pazzesco.
Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that. The W5000. It was it was my first pedal, and and now the W3000 is my second pedal, and I'm playing drums for 26 years, only my second pedal. Here we are. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, it started to broke, man. And look. And well, it's an almost pedal, and yeah, totally destroyed. And it's like this because of the doubles, man. Because of the slide movement.
Okay.
It became like this. Yeah, and the pedal is totally destroyed, man. But I used to practice here sometimes. And now I'm using the W3000, but it's okay. It's new. It's a new pedal that I have here, and it's very good to practice. And but it's totally broken, totally destroyed. Yeah, the chains and this kind of thing.
Hours of practice.
Yeah. And here I have my shoes because I like thin soles, and it's very good to have a great how can I say? Yeah, a great feeling, and to have the great touch, a special touch. I think if you buy these incredible shoes, you will have it. A special touch on the board. Very cool. I love it because I can play using, for example, boots and this kind of thing, Yeah, I lose the touch, I lose the touch.
And always talking about Kevin, did you see his video of him playing with female shoes, boots, slippers, everything?
Yeah, crazy, totally crazy, man, totally crazy. I don't know why. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this.
Because it's incredible, man.
I remember that David showed me a video about Kevin that played with the Birkenstock.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw.
It's incredible.
Yeah, totally crazy. Yeah. Totally crazy. Mind blowing, I would say.
Yeah. So you show us your first pedal. I show you mine, and it's always a DW.
Perfect.
7000 from 1998.
Man, an old school 7000.
Yeah, I have two of this.
Incredible. Man, you You use 2 double bass?
Yeah, it depends.
Depends. Perfect.
I have both 2 pedals and double pedal.
Perfect. And I know you do you play with double bass too, Emiliano? Because I saw some videos with you playing some patterns using double bass.
Yeah. I prefer the double pedal because for me the double bass is too far.
Perfect. Okay.
But sometimes on tour with my band Short of Null, I play 2 double bass with 2 single pedals.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Yeah. I think the most important thing, and that's a kind of tip that I'd like to give you here for all guys that are watching us now. I think a good tip is, speed. I love speed. I play it all day long. But for me, the main thing is the creativity. What can I do with it? Now, what can I do with it? Because there's a lot of drummers with technique, applying technique to the drum set. Incredible, cool. But sometimes they are playing totally equal, and totally equal. And I think we need to think about the creativity, being single-minded, dedicated, ruthless, and follow the journey of the creativity, and try to create ideas, and playing fast, using the technique, of course, yes. But I think the creativity is the most important thing, is the main thing, nowadays, it was always like this, but I think nowadays much more, the creativity is the main issue, and there's so many things to be discovered, of course, and
your ideas
cool.
and how do you put them on the drum set?
Yeah, of course. But I think nowadays we are in a kind of liquid modernity, as Zygmunt Bauman used to say, Zygmunt Bauman, the sociologist. And well, of course, it's not the truth, it's just a way of thinking about the society, about the attitudes of the humankind. And but I think it's related directly of our way of playing, and why? Because in this kind of liquid modernity, for example, about the musicians cannot put focus on an idea anymore. They don't keep an idea. They cannot put focus on an idea and go through this, and try to develop it, because it depends. How can I say? It's a journey. It's a journey. There's no end when you are talking about creativity. There's no end. But in a liquid modernity, people used to think, I have to do this. Man, look this video. I need to play this too. But man, now I'd like to play this too, and also this, and also that. And man, it's wrong. It's wrong, totally wrong. You need to develop your way of playing step by step throughout the years. It's a journey to reach out your trait. That's the main thing. Try to reach out your trait, but throughout the years, not tomorrow.
No,
not tomorrow. Yeah, it's not like a snap, bam, and the things are happening. No. But nowadays, some musicians are like this. Man, I'd like to play this and this and this and this and all of this tomorrow. No. It's wrong.
All of this yesterday. All of this yesterday.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's like when, for example, when you can hear a young drummer say something like, "I'm practice double stroke and single strokes, and my goal is to play fast as hell as I can," but they never think about how I can use a single stroke on the drum set to create something.
Yes.
For example, I met David since 20 years, and I think he's one of the fastest and powerful drummer here in Italy. But the difference is that when he plays a skunk beat or a double bass fast groove, he has something special that comes from his mind and his heart, because he's playing the music, not for him on the music.
Perfect.
And I think that this is the goal that every drummer must have in his mind, in the mind.
Of course, totally agree. I totally agree with you. Of course, man. Of course, because I think in a kind of liquid modernity, there's a kind of changing order, changing order that is shattering the notion of durability. That undermines the notion of durability. Durability doesn't exist anymore. And when I'm talking durability, I'm talking about, for example, a thought. Let's think about this idea. But man, I need to do this tomorrow already. It will not work. You need to go step by step. For example, my ideas with maracatu, and I started to think about this, in 2008, 2007, and man, step by step, I started to develop the idea, and here I am, very happy with the result, doing a lot of researches, because I have been doing some researches with maracatu. Again, I'm doing researches again, new stuff related to this rhythm, and related to the independence with the claves, with the chequeré, with the low drums, the maracatu beats, and double bass too. And I'm thinking about another DVD, but I'm not thinking about the time. How long does it take to, it's wrong. It's wrong. You have to feel the pleasure, because some people, some musicians are, how can I say, I think the liquid modernity is fleeting, fleeting when something goes away too fast, and man, it's frightening. It's frightening sometimes.
Because the world became too fast.
Yeah, the world became too fast,
and so
and it's fleeting.
People's mind.
Yeah.
I can show you an example. It happened to me some years ago. One of a new student, okay, and he played. He started play 3 months before coming to me, and he asked, "How long do I take to do the things you do?" And I answered, "I get 20 years, so."
Of course.
Oh,
yeah,
20 years.
Yeah.
And
no way.
I answered, "Man, enjoy your trip. Enjoy your trip."
Yeah, yeah. Enjoy your trip.
Don't think about it. The more you think, the less you get.
Of course. Totally agree.
If you are free, if you are study with free of minded free, you get the results.
Yeah, of course.
And
totally.
And especially when you don't expect.
Yeah, especially when we don't expect. Yeah.
One day you sit on behind your drum kit. Wow. I became good. Wow. Yeah. Now,
Yeah, of
because you didn't
course.
think about it. This is the
Yeah,
secret, in my opinion.
yeah, totally agree, man. I totally agree. Yeah,
And
and
enjoy your work. Enjoy your work.
yeah, enjoying the work. Yeah, totally. Yeah, really incredible. Haha.
But we can say the same about in extreme metal drummers.
Mm-hmm.
280 BPM blast beat. Okay, no, the 290, 300.
Yeah,
Okay,
man. No, yeah. When
1000.
we talk about when we talk about BPMs, we are talking about muscle, stamina, and man, we have
Yeah,
to
and
say,
we kill the music.
guys, take
And we
it
kill
easy.
the music, man. We kill the music.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally.
'Cause for
Yeah.
example, there are a lot of new, very, very young drummers, 16,
Mm-hmm.
18 years old, playing blast beats at 300, 320. And
Mm-hmm.
but it's strange. If
Uh-huh.
you ask them to play, for example, a 160 BPM
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stratovarius Halloween power metal song, they cannot do it.
Ah, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
why.
yeah.
Because
Exactly.
they started studying at 250.
Yeah, 350. Yeah, but I like to play fast, but of course, I think the problem with this kind of BPMs, for example, uh, 300, 350, 310, or 280, that is my limit. I have videos in my YouTube channel playing 300 using blast beat, but I don't use to say that I'm really playing through 300 because uh, in this kind of BPMs, the drummers cannot keep it for a long period of time. For example, two
No, it's
minutes
impossible.
playing through. Yeah, it's impossible. Then I prefer to say, man, I can get in 280 BPMs and I can play cool. But of course, first of all, I need to warm up. I need to warm up 30 for 30 minutes and then I go. And I remember when I was in a recording session and it's a song called Shoe, Chu. It's in my YouTube channel. In the end of it's a 5 minute song, and I remember that the running time of the video was 5 minutes, I guess, or 40 minutes, 4 minutes, and I remember that in the end, only in the end of the song, there was a blast beat part in 280, and I started to think, man, when I get there, how can I keep this kind of BPM, because I started to play the song very light, and well, I started to lose the warm up. And when I get in the end, when I got the in the end of the song, well, for the love of God, man, uh, 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 I I got the idea and I started to play, and but it was pretty tough, yeah, because it was in the end of the song, not in the beginning, you know. And I started to lose the warm up. And in the end of the song, I started to change the hands, switch the hands, and to keep the power. But and I only use the fingers in this kind of BPMs. In high BPMs, 240, 230, 250, 260, I use only the fingers. I not use
Okay, so no wrist
the
motion,
wrist.
only fingers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't use the wrist. It's my fault, but I don't use the wrist. I only use the
No,
fingers.
it's your way to play. It's only your
Yeah,
body.
of course. Yeah, totally. Yeah, because I'm a I'm a I'm a thin guy. Too
The main
skinny.
important, the goal, the important is to reach the goal. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
how.
Reach a
You
goal.
can do
Yeah,
with
perfect.
wrist, you can do with fingers, you can do with hybrid technique. Important is to reach the
Perfect.
goal.
Reach a goal. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a swivel technique compared to ankle motion. Important is the goal.
Yeah. Important is the goal. Yeah,
And
perfect.
the way you reach, the way you score the goal doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course, doesn't matter.
So, Demetrius, we have a
Cool.
question from our friend Ivan,
Perfect.
and he asks, which is the BPM? I think it's a question about endurance and speed. He would like to know which is the BPM on you work most.
Oh, perfect. Well, I think 200. And why? Because I used to warm up in 200. 8 minutes, 6 minutes, to get the stamina, as George Collias used to say, used to do, put on 200 and, if you are a beginning, try in another BPM, but for example, 260 but I start playing, I used to start playing on 200 or 180 just to warm up, and I do this for 1 hour, and I stop for 2-3 minutes, then I start 220, 230, and rah, but I used to work a lot using this kind of BPM, 200. Yeah, to get the high BPMs, the other BPMs. Yeah.
The BPMs between 180 and 200 to 210.
Yeah.
Bone breaker machine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you cannot use only the ankle motion, and you have to use a little bit of leg with support.
Yeah.
It's like an hybrid technique, and it's very difficult to manage both of them.
Of course. And George Collias used to say the same thing you are saying. Collias say the same. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
The power metal BPMs.
Yeah, the power metal BPMs, man. Difficult. Yeah. Sometimes I used to drop there's a lot of drops sometimes here in my double bass, but man, we are getting there. Yeah. All for metal.
And now I have a question for you, Demetrius.
Perfect, Emiliano.
An advice for all the drummers that would like to involve into the independence or the practice on the Brazilian rhythms.
Perfect.
How to start?
How to start? Perfect. Well, first of all, when you talk about Brazilian rhythms and also all kind of South America rhythms, Afro-Cuban rhythms, so on, but particularly about the Brazilian rhythms that we are talking about here, I think a good way to start is studying Brazilian rhythms is you have to know first all rhythmic voices, that involves these rhythms, For example, the clave, the shekere, the traditional beats, and try to start with the clave, because the clave is the queen of the rhythm, All beats of the Brazilian rhythms are going through the clave, and I think it's a good way of a good way to start studying Brazilian rhythms by the claves. For example, would like to start playing, would like to study samba. Try to start by the claves, understand the claves, and step by step, try to put single stroke, for example, on the snare drum and try to keep the clave, because it's tough sometimes to start improvising and it's really tough, particularly because each limb of our body is an isolated rhythmic voice. the clave, as I said, the shekere, the low drums, the snare drum patterns, and the most important thing, and I think my tip is don't try to start by this Brazilian swing feel, because to get the swing, man, it's another level, because the Brazilian swing feel, as the Afro-Cuban swing feel, cannot be written, cannot be written. It's not a triplet, it's not a quintuplet, it's not about this. It's about in the same plane, you have to speed up, and sometimes you are slowing down in the same plane. You have to slow down in the same plane. Between the click, here in this space, we have a kind of, balance, and here in this space, there's a thing called Brazilian swing feel, It's not quantized. That's the main thing. The Brazilian rhythms are not quantized. It's not on the grid, for example, as a metal song, it's on the grid. On the grid all the time. It's on the grid, but in the same time, it's not on the grid, because of the swing, because of the balance, because of the lazy notes. So the next step, as a next step, you can study the swing feel. But first of all, try to start by the independence, playing with the clave, doing some rudiments while keeping the clave, and you will get there, and after, try to add the swing, try to understand how to play the caixa patterns, as we used to say here in Brazil, caixa, that means snare, and try to understand the caixa patterns. I'm going to show you an example of the application of the of the Brazilian swing feel to the drum set. Like this. I'm going to put my cell phone here near the drums. Let's see what happens. Yeah, pretty cool. Let me put here, and sorry guys.
Oh, no problem. Stiamo anche per avere un esempio in diretta.
Prendete appunti. Li prenderemo anche noi.
Yeah, can you listen to me?
Yes.
Yeah? Perfect. Well, for example, well, man, double bass. We are here. We are alive right now. Well, the lazy notes. I'm going to play a very typical maracatu snare drum pattern without swing. I'm going to play like a rudiment, okay? It sounds like this. Now I'm going to apply the Brazilian swing feel. this kind of thing. Yeah, really cool.
Wow.
But the swing, man.
Wow.
The swing
It's
is
like the beat is floating.
Yeah, the beat is floating, of course. Again, like a rudiment, and after I'm going to add the swing. You know. And now we can add some blast beats too.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Very
you
nice.
cannot put this kind of rhythm in a grid because you kill it.
Yeah. Totally. You kill it. Yeah, it will sound
Yeah,
like
that's the reason why
that.
you can't quantize it.
Yeah. And here is the movement of my feet that you asked. Let me show you here. Let me put here, man. It will be great, I think. Can you see the board?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me put here. It will be much better. Yeah, much better. I use only this. Only the ankles. Of course, when I'm playing, if I need to play power metal, of course, I will use the legs like this. Of course. But 200 and 220, 240, I need to play like this. Yeah. I need to play like this. Like this, only the angle. Yeah. And,
yeah. You keep the bar very high.
Yeah.
And how about the spring? And how about the spring tension? Is to the maximum?
Yeah, it's like this, Dave. It's like this. Yeah. On maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here it's like this because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because of it. It's more light. It's lighter than this, but that's because of this part of the pedal.
The shaft.
Yeah.
The drive shaft.
Yeah, the drive shaft. Yeah, of course. And well, here is my house. And but as I said, it's only repetition. Only repetition. You have to do this. Let me see if I can change the camera. No, I guess not. Oh, no problem. You know, but here again, I think 210. I don't know. I don't have metronome right now, but I think it's 210 to 20. You know, 210. You know, only using echo. You know, and very, very cool. And but I need to warm up. You know, for example, if I'm in a workshop on the backstage, I'm with another double pedal doing the movements, you know, and I go to the stage and, you know, but after, for a long period of time, I need to warm up again, you know, to play, you know, yeah, because now I'm totally cold, you know, but and I didn't play today, you know, and now I'm good, you know, but if I was playing now, I will not be playing here. I would not be playing here, yeah, you know, because my muscles would be destroyed if I was playing, you know, before the interview, you know. But now I'm going to start play after the interview, and it's okay. Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's incredible because it's like it's really like a butterfly wings, your feet, and the sounds is really clear.
Perfect. Perfect. Because I don't know sometimes, you know, because the people that are watching me playing knows much better sometimes, because I'm playing and sometimes I'm saying to me, man, it's not good yet. No, but it's totally normal, man. You know, yeah.
Yeah, no, because your leg is totally locked, and you put this really super fast move with the feet. But for me, the incredible part is the balance between the right and the left foot.
Perfect. I understand.
You did a lot of practice.
Yeah, Dave knows. Yeah, cool, very cool.
Yeah. And David knows best about endurance and speed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You do in totally different from me, but it's very good. I like it very much. Maybe tomorrow I will go to my rehearsal room and I will try to.
Oh, cool! Yeah. What kind of
movement? My technique? Why not?
Perfect. Yeah, of course. What kind of technique do you use, Dave?
It's an ankle motion and swivel together. But basically, it's an ankle motion. The swivel is a false swivel. It's only to be stable, okay?
Perfect.
And to save my energy.
Very interesting.
For example, I usually start my warm up putting off the spring from the pedal and playing without the springs.
Cool. Very cool. What an interview, huh? Man. Great.
I would send you my video about playing without springs.
Yeah, I would ask you about this. Yeah, send me. And you too, Emiliano.
Yeah, my pleasure. Ragazzi, se c'è qualcuno online che vuole fare delle domande a Demetrius, scriva pure,
Sì.
Non fate i timidi, anche se insomma ci ha fatto anche la dimostrazione sul set, quindi meglio di così.
We hope to have some questions for you.
C'è qualche domanda nello specifico che gli vuoi fare, David?
Io le ho fatte tutte su tecnica, cavoli vari.
We are talking about some questions, but we ask you everything, so
everything we could.
Of course.
Yeah, and then you did a great demonstration on the drum set, so we never expect this, so thank you, man.
No problem. It's my pleasure, guys.
But before the end of this interview, I would like to take a moment about promotion for you. So, where is possible to buy your DVD, or where is possible to have online lessons with you?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, thank you, guys. Well, the musicians can go to my website, demetriuslocks.com. The link is on my Instagram. The Instagram is the social media that I'm using the most. And the link is there, demetriuslocks.com. And man, in my website, there's all about me, my playing, my online lessons that I recorded. And if you'd like to book some online lessons live, just send me a DM on Instagram and let's do it. Yeah. And the DVD is in my website too, in an online version, because the physical product I only sell on the workshops. Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's better to sell the digital version because people don't have to wait.
Yeah.
You buy and you have immediately on your computer, so you can start study immediately.
Yeah, on smart TVs, notebooks, tablets. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I think we have finished. I would like to thank you so much for this interview, for your live demonstration, Demetrius. It's a great pleasure to have you here, and we hope to have you here in Italy in the future.
In Italy.
Cool. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, man. It will be a huge pleasure to be there. As I said in the beginning, I love your country, and I will love to be alive there in Italy. And well, let's do this and take care, guys. Stay safe. And congrats for your work, man. You both, man. You are like brothers, Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. And,
thanks, man.
Congrats for your work. Yeah, your channel, man. Great interviews. And I saw Peter Walder, and man, incredible, And
yeah, Peter is one of us. He's a brother.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man.
He's a great friend. I would like to remember to all our friends that the interview will be uploaded as a podcast on our YouTube channel. So you can see this and watch again the live performance of Demetrius. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. And remember that in the next days, we have a new video lesson with me and David.
Yes.
So cool. Stay tuned, guys. Okay.
Stick around.
Yeah. Good night, and follow Demetrius on his social media. Follow us and stay drums.
Yeah. Cool, guys.
Very, very good.
Thank you again, Demetrius.
Cool. Bye-bye, guys. See you later.
Man.